guys, Jack Griffin here, and welcome to a new video. And welcome to Beast Quest Specials Review Part 5. So, it's been a while since we've done a Beast Quest specials review. It's been about it's been 8-9 months. Yeah, been around 8-9 months since we've last done a specials review. But I'm back now, and also you may be like, because I will be uploading it today. Hopefully. I know I said you would be receiving the video in late January of this month, but then I thought, screw it, why not just get it out of the way? Yeah, screw it. Why not just do it early? Why not just do it? So, without further ado, let's get into it. But just before we do, don't forget to go check out Adam Fern's Year Unknown and Lucas Green. They do amazing Beast Quest content, as well as other fun things that some of you guys might like. So go check them out, go support them. And without further ado, let's get started. So first up, we have Akawa the River Beast. Design, I gave a 7. Akawa probably has the most realistic facial design of all the beasts in Beast Quest. I love the shell on his back, the pool of water on his head, his bluish face, his yellow eyes and his teeth. It just looks really menacing. Abilities, I gave a 6. If he scratches someone, they become evil and become his minions. And if they scratch people, they become evil. So pretty much it's like a plague of infected people. Sharp teeth, sharp claws. Yeah, sharp teeth, sharp claws, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. But Akawa probably has some of the best abilities. The fight, I gave a 7. And also, for those wondering, there's a reason why I do like Akawa. Akawa is actually a cursed person. Who? Tom's Uncle Henry. So, one thing I do like about this special is that we actually get Uncle Henry and Aunt Maria in a more bigger role by actually having Tom's uncle be the Beast. It's kind of like what they did. It's like what they did in Series 9 with Korra turning into Karaka. And I don't know Spike Finn's original, human's name. But yeah, it's kind of like those two, how they turned into beasts. There were 2 fights. One was in, the swamps of Erinal, on the coast, near the edge, where they actually fought Sulcher the Stone Charmer. So, nice to go back to Series 2. And then there's the final fight where Akawa manages to reach the city, and it's pretty much infecting people. And it's basically get the water out of his thing. He gets his power from the water in his head. If that gets emptied, Akawa is pretty much defeated, and he's pretty much useless. He's weak. But thanks to Dowtek and Petra, Tom manages to save his uncle. Kenza, yes, Kenza's behind this. Kenza is defeated once again, and And also, by the way, for those wondering, Elena got infected as well. So Tom had to save his friend. Also, like Tom says to Dowtek and Petra, so nice to see Petra return. You two work well together. And Petra and Dowtek blush, so I don't know if they would plan to do something with those two characters in the future and love-wise, but hey. But it was nice to see Petra. And also, Kenza knows Petra, and also, when Petra says, Malvel taught me that, I believe Kenza says, did he? So, but that leaves me wondering, so did Kenza know about Malvel? Since before this, when Series 11, she's been trapped in Hencrow. How did Kenza, like, this is something that kind of is like that. Is Nika. Has Kenza heard of Malvel? Have they met? Like, how did Kenza, has she heard of Malvel before? Does she know that Malvel was, like, trying to get Tom? Who knows? But, like I said, good to see Petra back again. And was unique to have Tom's uncle be the Beast. Total for Akawa is 21 out of 30. A good special. It was good, like I said, it was really good to see they used Tom's uncle, since now in the later series they're barely mentioned now, including Erinal, which I just want to go back to Avantia. But a good special and a good, I don't know what to say. A good special and a good beast. Up next, Skolo the Bladed Monster. Design I gave an 8. Definitely has the best design of the specials. I love her armorness. The patterns are purple and red. The yellow underbelly. Her yellow eyes. Her multiple like fangs. It just looks terrifying as well as beautiful. Abilities I gave a 6. Its wings are sharp, thick hide, and can shoot a goo out of her mouth that sticks things. The fight I gave a 6. Really, not really much happened, and I know this is based on Beast, but I wasn't the biggest fan of the fight. I mean, it was nice that Tom had to go back, like, when they became friends, Tom and Skolo. Tom decided to name her baby Talador in honour of his father. That was a nice moment, but Skolo just comes off as a decent beast, to be fair. Not really much happens. And there's one character, and I know this is meant to be Beast review and judging them, but I just want to talk about this character for a second, because there's one character in this that I am not the biggest fan of, and that is Sean. So okay. Sean is basically this archer who competes in this tournament with Elena. He's like this big boasting guy, and he's basically like, oh, like, I'm really good, I'm like the best archer around. This big bloated guy, yeah. He ends up joining Tom and Elena on their whole quest to defeat Skolo. Sean is not only unlikable, but he is useless. So he goes on the quest. He gets captured by Skolo. And then Sean tries to attack Skolo. And basically ruins Tom's chances of communicating with the Beast. And in the end, Tom and Elena leave Sean behind. The cave saying, "You've caused enough trouble, you can walk back to camp." Yeah, but... And I mean, okay, I get it's a guy that can somewhat prove difficult on Tom's quest, basically a challenge, but when you think about him overall, did he need to be in the story? You didn't even need him, since he doesn't do anything. He's only there to be a nuisance. If you'd have just cut him out, Tom and Elena would have had plenty more threats, and we probably could have gotten a bit more fight with Skolo, but no. And also, one thing I can't help: Elena's got the egg, and she's holding it in front of Skolo. Skolo probably thinks that they're teasing them, and they're saying, "My egg, give me back the egg." Tom's like, "Here, we have your egg." One, Skolo doesn't listen and just charges. And two, why didn't they just put the egg down, back up, and just let Skolo take it? And then say, "We're leaving. We just need to find this precious rock to heal the king." Why? Because by holding it in front of her, it just looks like you might be teasing her that we've stolen your egg. It's a bit much. Now, I can't really complain much since Adam is a big fan of Skolo. I'm not as big as a fan. I mean, okay, Skolo isn't a terrible special. I mean, I thought the plot of, like, King Hugo basically being poisoned and Tom and Elena have to go get someone to heal him, basically a race against time, that was good. I thought the story was good, but Skolo has the best design of all these specials, but just has a decent fight and a decent abilities. And also having a useless Sean being a useless character. And also, I mean, I know he's causing, like, trouble, but you could have at least given Sean a ride. Like, come on, Tom, you don't need to be that much. Oh, and something funny, like, and me and Year Unknown have realised this by looking at both Okawa and Skolo. People say, "Tom, do you kill Beast? Do you kill Beast?" Tom says, "No." Okay, in Okawa he says, "We free them because they're under control." And in Skolo he says, "We defeat them, we do not kill them." You hit that, everyone? Apparently, throughout all these books, Tom does not kill any of the beasts he's ever fought. Any. When he literally spends, probably, like, out of 100%, spends about 60% of the time actually killing the beasts. 40% freeing them. Yeah, real. I don't get why. Maybe just so he doesn't look that bad, but like, come on, Tom. You do kill beasts. Like, come on. But yeah, so overall, Skolo, a decent special. Sorry. By the way, sorry it went on for a bit longer. Total for Skolo, 20 out of 30. The design is good, and the story was unique, but the design and abilities, the abilities in the fight kind of lacked a bit. Now, for those wondering, Mortax is Adam's favourite special. Why did I just have to bring that up? Because next up, last special, Jakara the Ghost Warrior. Lucas's favourite special. Design I gave a 7. I love the ghost human hybrid. She has, of course, her armour, her green hair. It looks ghoulish. Ghoulish. Abilities, I gave a 7. Okay, she's very well skilled with her axe. If her hand goes through people, it can make them part of her, basically, to make her the ghostly evil thing. Yeah, basically join with her and become all ghostly. So she can basically turn people into evil ghost things. So that's cool. Like I said, agile and pretty darn strong. And the fight I gave an 8. Because... And I think I can see why this is Lucas's favourite special. And by the way, I actually got this in 2020, but I didn't have the other 2 specials, so this has been sitting on my bookshelf for 2 years, and now I finally read it. Overall, was it worth the wait? Hell yeah, it was. Now, the reason I gave the fight an 8 is because it's good, and I mean really good, but it's also, and especially the ending, it's kind of sad and emotional. Basically, so Tom and Jakara fight in this like dome that Daltec conjured up. Tom manages to free Kara, a previous mistress of the beast, so basically, a long time ago, Kara, a mistress of the beast, went to the island of Krikos to defeat this ghost beast called Jalkar. But she never came back. But turns out they actually got merged together and became Jakara. So Kara and Jalkar got freed from each other, and Tom and Kara pretty much teamed up to fight Jalkar, and they defeated it. And I think it does make sense for Kara to be the one to actually do the final blow to Jalkar, because she had set off to do this. It makes sense for her to be the one to finish it. But because of a wound that Jalkar had gave to her, Kara actually dies. Like, it would have been, you need to have 2 Masters of the Beast, but that we're like, we can get you back, we can help you, but she's like, no, I should have, my Jalkar, she literally says it, Jalkar is gone, I am free to rest now, something like that. But it's just really sweet how she dies. She basically dies in Tom's arms. And then Adoro comes over. And Carl's like, do I know you? And he's like, because turns out Adoro's master and Kara were sister and brother. And Adoro basically says, I was your brother's apprentice. And she says, yeah, you look like him. And then she basically says, and I think it's so sweet how Adoro says, basically, when you see him, tell him that Adoro, and we actually get some kind of history. He said, tell Adoro, tell him that Adoro, Addy, which basically sends him good greetings or something like that. Basically saying, when you go up to heaven, tell my master that I send in my greetings. That basically say, tell him that I said hi. But it's kind of sweet how like Adoro had like a nickname as a child, basically Addy. And the whole point of this was that it was the 50th anniversary of Mivan, which was his master's death. So basically, Adoro wanted to go and solve the mystery of Kara. And Kara dies, and she's buried in the Gallery of Tombs next to her brother. But it's sweet. Like I said, it's sweet. It's sweet, it's sad, and it's emotional. Like, the ending was emotional. But overall, this book was just enjoyable. It was great. And it was great to see... And, okay, I'll say this. Sepron appears in this, and we get an appearance from Uncle Leo. So, two great characters who don't really get a whole lot of spotlight now, especially my boy Sepron. We get to see him in it. And also, it was good to see Tom had something else to worry about other than the Beast. How he actually felt frightened because on the island, Tom had the powers of the Golden Armor, but Kara had powers from a past version of the Golden Armor that was the Golden Armor at the time. So it was like the powers were going from between one another. And Tom felt frightened, actually felt frightened many times in this book. So he basically had to overcome his fears in this book. Basically like a restart. He had to overcome his fears and defeat Chikara, which he does. But this book overall is a great special and an emotional ending. Total for Chikara is 22 out of 30. One of the easily the best special out of all three of them. I wouldn't say, sadly, I can't say it's my favourite special, unlike Lucas. But if I can agree with him with one thing, Chikara is definitely one of the best specials. Because I absolutely adore Chikara. So, the totals for all three specials is 63 out of 90. All of them were good. However, I do feel like Skolo pulled it down. But I'll give them credit. All three of them have something to shine for. Akawa for the abilities, Skolo for the design, and Chikara for the fight. These specials, these are some of the best specials. But really, once again, I feel like the one that did let it down the most was Skolo. So it ranges from good. It basically ranges from decent to amazing. But without further ado, time to get on to the ranking. But I think you can already guess already. Last place out of these three, my least favourite special out of these three is Skolo the Bladed Monster. The design is one of the best Beast Quest designs out there. However, and the abilities, while not being amazing and only being decent, oh god, are still okay. But I feel like if there was more fight between Tom, Elaine and Skolo, and also I kind of would have liked to see Sean. I feel like, okay, if you were going to include Sean, I thought that Sean was going to go through this big, redemption arc where he starts as, this mean character, but later becomes a hero in the end. And becomes a nice person. But no. We left him stranded. Now, we do not know what happened to him then. Since... yeah, Beast Quest has just forgotten about him altogether. I actually kind of want to know what happened to him for some reason. But who knows. Anyway, Skolo, I think he was heading in the right direction. But so if it had had more fight with Skolo and actually had Sean had... It would have been nice if Sean had actually had that arc. Because I think it would have been nice to do him. We're basically make him become good. Also, for the first two specials, it's Kenza. It's Kenza. Like, Kenza. Yeah. Kenza is the main villain in Akawa, and Sanpeo is the main villain in Skolo. So, yeah. That's pretty much concludes concludes Skolo. I'm sorry, Adam. I know this is one of your favourite specials, but it didn't get to me, to be honest. Second place is Akawa the River Beast. Really good formula by having it be Uncle Henry. It was nice to be back in Erenor for a change, even though it was and it actually gets a couple chapters screen book time, so yeah. I also like the scene at the banquet where Tom and Elena are basically telling their stories, like they tell Furno stories, set proms, Arctors, like basically talking about all their, basically the only ones that we get to hear about is their Series 1 ventures, but yeah, and I love the fact that like it started off with kids, but even some more of the villagers like gathered around to hear the stories that Tom had of battling the beasts. That was pretty cool. And the final fight was also right. I feel like it wasn't the best Beast Quest fight, but what was that? But it still did good. Bastard. And yeah, bastard. And I feel like bastard. And also, Uncle Henry and Tom have such a good dynamic, have such a good relationship. I actually think they have a better like dynamic than he did with Taladon. Yeah. And I don't know if I will do this or not, but I might have a video. I might do a video where I actually explain why, how, like, I'm gonna be talking about how Beast Quest battered Taladon, how Beast Quest ruined Taladon, basically. But of course, my favourite special out of all these three, one of my favourite specials in general is Jakara the Ghost Warrior. By having an actual, in a way, tearjerker ending, and it was a fun island adventure, and like I said, pretty much having Tom being scared for quite a lot of it and having to face his fears. And also, Jakara is a formidable opponent. She is a very powerful beast. And, yeah. And I do like how, at the end, Tom and Kara team up to finish off Jalkar. And like I said, it makes sense for Kara to get the last blow since she started the fight with Jalkar. She's got to finish it. But overall, great finale to these three specials, and one of my favourite specials. But with that being said, that's all for this time. Oh, by the way, guys, I've had a look. Thank you for 60 subscribers. I believe that this time we've got 61 now. 9 away from 70. And one of my New Year's resolutions is, can we get to 100 subscribers this year? I'll have to find out. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Press that notification bell down below. Don't worry about part 6. Part 6 will be coming out in February. And of course, I've got a whole bunch of other stuff planned for this year. It's only the beginning of 2023, and so far I'm really enjoying 2023. So with that being said, I'm Jack Griffin, and I'll see you next time. Bye.